Deoxys Speed, Chien-Pao, Great Tusk, all top tier metagame warping threats we've used in the last year on this channel in our Wi-Fi draft leagues. Draft League is a format where lower tier Pokemon can thrive, but more often than not, they play the supporting role to our MC top tier threats. What if there was a format where all those broken top tier monsters were gone, and the mid tiers shifted up to sit at the throne? Welcome to LTM, or Low Tier Mayhem, the low tier draft league that I will be running. We have completely eliminated the top end of the board and allowed some lesser threats, think around 11 or 12 point Pokemon in Standard, to become the pinnacle. Today, we will be going over our team for this upcoming season. If you guys are hyped for LTM and this upcoming draft league season, be sure to drop a like on the video as well as subscribe to the channel. We are shooting for an end of the year goal of 5k subs, and I would really appreciate you helping me out along that journey. With that being said, let's jump into it. This season we were blessed with the 12th pick. Yeah, not the best. My philosophy in drafting is always take the best mod available round 1, and then build from there. There were two Pokemon I had my eye on down at 12th. Entei and Hisui Gudra. Entei looked like a ton of fun, clicking Sacred Fire, snagging burns, and overwhelming checks with the Choice Band. Strong extreme speeds are always nice in an offensive meta like Scarlet and Violet too. However, Entei went right before Shatiro, and honestly, I'm kinda glad it did. We ended up going with our second option, Hisui Gudra. The Ancient Gudra is the textbook definition of a tank, and with an insane bulk spread of 80, 100, and 150, I don't think there's a single mod in this meta OHKOing us. On top of its bulk, it has some pretty solid offenses in 100 attack and 110 special attack. Special coverage wise, it has some insane options. Draco and Flash Cannon pair incredibly well together. Then it has moves like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Sludge Bomb and Wave, Flamethrower and Fire Blast, Surf and Hydro Pump. I mean, really, it doesn't end. Even from the physical side, it has Dragon Claw, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Spinner, Earthquake, Knockoff, and Body Press. We can even boost up our defenses with Iron Defense or Curse. I know I kinda just info dumped on you, but it's important to show just how much this Pokemon can truly do for a team. It isn't likely to pull up and sweep every team on its own, but is bare minimum going to trade 1 for 1, if not better. Round 2 comes along and we snagged Paldea and Tauros Aqua. Both Paldea Bulls have become incredible in the low tier format this generation, and Water Bull fits great here. Intimidate is a great ability, really taking off any physically defensive walling pressure off of Hoodra's back and letting it be that strong Spadef AV sponge. Tauros is more than just a pivot though, being incredibly strong, decently strong for the format, and very versatile. Water Fighting is a great stab combo offensively and is great defensively. We can rock out with defensive sets, but most of the time we can go with Choice Band variants, bulk up sets with Trailblaze tech to boost our speed, or even Assault Vest variants. Hoodra also covers Tauros really well defensively. It stuffs opposing Psychic type moves, is immune to Grass type moves with Sap Sipper or resist them. It resists Flying and Electric, and basically resists Fairy. I know it's neutral, but unless you're Gardevoir, you're not pushing through. This will hopefully let Tauros do its thing offensively. Flying Spam is incredible in low tier. There just isn't many Steel type resists to take on Hurricanes and Brave Birds in the format. I ended up getting my Flying type round 3, and honestly it was a Pokemon I wanted to get round 2. I mean, to take it even further, I think this Pokemon is justifiable in round 1, and that being Tornadus Incarnate. Torn doesn't play his supportive Tailwind role in low tier singles draft like it does in VGC. No. He is here to click buttons. This pick was less about defensive synergy and more about getting some crazy breaking power and a great speed tier in 111 for our team. Between Hurricane or Bleak Wind Storm, Heat Wave, Focus Blast, and Grass Knot, Torn hits his whole meta insanely hard. Of course, that's provided he hits. We can also grab some great momentum with U-Turn into Flying Resist to get in our Tauros that blows them up. Prayers to Arceus we hit our Hurricanes this season. Round 4 and we're shoring up our defensive backbone again. I just mentioned that Flying Spam is incredible and I wanted a good resist. I also need some hazards. The one downside to having Hoodra as your Steel is you're having a Steel who can't Rock or Spike. We snag that Rocker, Spiker, and Flying Resist all in one with Diancie next. I absolutely love Diancie in Standard, and in low tier it's no different. The ultimate team player, whether it be setting up hazards, Encore locking a setup threat, or even Calm Mind Iron defensing up to a win. Heck, I've even seen Trick Room offensive Meteor Beam popping up as of late. Diancie is a great value piece as a hazard setter, and it's also covered well by Hoodra outside of a shared ground weakness. Speaking of ground weaknesses, we got a big one. We also don't break water super well outside of Gudra. To take some pressure off, we grab Serena. Serena will function as great hazard control with rapid spin, and a great water breaker and pivot, and most importantly, a ground resist. On top of these great defensive capabilities, Serena still has 120 attack, accompanied by moves like knockoff, player F, high jump kick, triple axel, and U-turn for momentum. Serena overall provides some great role compression to the squad. Round 5, and it was time to start looking into our Terra Captain. In LTM, we banned the Pokemon 16, 15, and 14 points from terastallizing. Our Terra format is also Free Terra, Terra Preview. This means we can terastallize our Terra Captain into any type, but we have to let our opponent know the typing before we play. There were a few higher-end Terra Captains that I thought about grabbing, but in the end I ended up dipping down and grabbing Terra Delphox. I think Delphox is incredible with Terra. It has insane offensive coverage. I'm not going to bore you like I did with Hoodra though, but do me a favor, go on Showdown and look at its offensive move pool. Then you'll get to the support and setup. Agility, Calm Mind, Nasty Plot, Trick, Will-O-Wisp, Wish, Encore. I mean, that's just insane. It has a great speed stat for the tier 105, is strong as hell with base 114 special attack, and has a meaty speed F stat in base 100. It also has a conventional fairy resist, which we lacked to this point. I genuinely think Delphox is a top 5 Terra Captain and will be our kill leader this season. Speaking of conventional fairy resist, next we grabbed Galarian Slowbro. Not only does it take on fairies much better than Delphox, taking pressure off of it, but it also takes on fighting types with a 4 times resistance. Fighting is probably the second best typing in this format, so that's greatly appreciated. I really love having a designated physical wall, with Goodra being our special wall. On top of that, it once again has insane coverage and the best ability in the game in Regenerator. I know it's double psychic, but Delphox will seldom say its original typing anyways. I'm sure you're noticing the lack of a ground type at this point, and still a severe lack of hazards. We grabbed Piloswine next to remedy this. Piloswine gives us a sturdy ground and a surprisingly strong Pokemon with incredible dual stabs. It only has base 100 attack, but with strong moves like Icicle, Crash, and Earthquake, not much wants to take it on. It's also always nice to have a strong Ice Shard user. Pylo also always gets Rocks Up, as another Pokemon that seldom gets O-Code. It also can run Oblivious to not be taunted. Its defensive profile takes some pressure off of Goodra, which is greatly appreciated. At this point in the draft, our main core is drafted. We're just trying to fill slight holes at this point. The Pokemon we grabbed in round 9 was Spirit Tomb. Tomb gave us a few things. First was another great fighting check, even better than Glowbro in some instances because of its neutrality to Knock and Earthquake. It also gives us a Dark type to stop Psychic Sweepers and Spam. I'm looking at you, Vepsis. Thirdly, it gives us a Spin Blocker and a more hazard stack-centric approaches with our Diancie. Tomb also has some great offensive and defensive utility options of its own, really pulling its weight down there at 5 points. 2 more picks to go, and in round 10 I grabbed Electros. Eel gives us 3 important things. A ground immunity, not named Tornadus, a slow pivot with both U-turn and Volt Switch, and another flying resist. In just this 7-point slot, we took a huge weight off of Tornadus, Serena, and Diancie's shoulders while grabbing some great momentum and a Pokemon with great offensive coverage. We could even run some cheesy coil sets. Lastly, we got our best pick in the draft. The absolute carry of this season, the Pokemon that will surely bring us to the championship game. A Pokemon that... Okay, I'm lying through my teeth right now. We grabbed god-awful Chansey. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a Chansey hater. But looking at the board, it was the Pokemon left on the board that fit the best on our team with our available budget. In select matchups, it can Fat Wish Pat... Wait, it lost Wish? Well, it can at least Healing Wish, be a 3rd Stealth Rocker, and be a much-needed Ghost Resist. And it can even Heal Bell, which is something that only its evolution Blissey and Chimecho can offer. I'm not expecting Chansey to come often, but if I get just one good game out of it, it'll be worth it. And that is going to be the squad for LTM Season 1. Let me know what you guys think of the team down below. I really enjoyed it. I'm hoping we can keep the ball rolling from BBR making finals there. If you haven't checked out the finals battle for BBR, that went up yesterday. I'm uploading this a little bit late because BBR finals, but these videos will be going up on Saturday, just like BBR going forward. We have our week 1 game against Jacob as always next week, and we have to play Suicune, so that's going to be a fun time. Please go check out all the other coaches in the description below. They're all, have probably uploaded draft analysis by this point, so please go check them out. And yeah, that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.